Let me get coffee real quick. I'll be back.
Like, I'll just
intro the podcast.
I'll just hold down the podcast myself.
No, intro it. We
Okay.
never intro it, and I always derail you when you try to start.
Okay, solo intro. In edit, please add the NPR background music, whatever that is. Saxophone, I assume. Welcome to the It's Just Bits podcast. We didn't even say our names last time, for fuck's sake. I'm Kellen. The other guy's Connor. You'll hear his voice later. This is It's Just Bits. It's a podcast where we just do bits. We just talk about stuff. The bits are even pretty freeform, and you know they really meld into each other like if you ever put two candles next to each other.
Too sexy.
And then put your dick like not in it but next to it.
Somewhere near the candles.
That one's Connor, who I mentioned previously. We didn't say our names last time, by the way.
I said my name, and then I kind of tossed it to you, but you were like, graboids. I'm like, yeah, well,
we're going to talk about once again, today will be all about Tremors.
Every podcast, all the time, Tremors, 24/7.
All Tremors. They're coming out with a new one.
No,
so this one really is going to be.
way.
Yeah, Ashley sent it to me last night.
Oh, God, no, they can't.
And Bird is in it again. They're on an island.
Yeah, of course Bird's in it. What the hell else is
Yeah,
Bird?
it's got to be Bird. Well, John Heater is too.
Who?
Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh, my God. Oh, I'm not okay with any of that.
I'm hyped.
Oh, my God. No, because it's going to break me mentally. This is.
How are you not?
Yeah, that's fair.
Everything's bad. I want to see.
It's already been. It's fucking everything.
I just need more Tremors.
No, I'm going to actually develop Tremors.
I do, actually. My family does have tremors. My hand shakes if I don't do anything with it. It's a great segue into jokes about Tom Hanks hand shaking, or but I shoot with this hand from Blazing Saddles.
Also, great jokes about Michael J. Fox. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, my family's full of good people.
Yeah, totally.
No, that's a joke.
Sure.
That's a joke.
There you go. No, your dad retweeted the podcast, I think, so he's definitely a bad guy. No, probably. He's very supportive. Very, very nice man.
I had a long car ride with him, and he goes, "Let's listen to a podcast." And I was like, "Yeah, how about mine?" Is a joke. And he goes, "Yeah, let's do it." I was like, no, what? No.
I will throw myself out of a moving vehicle within the first 5 minutes.
I will not stay here. Within the first 5 minutes last week, I said, "Red Robin, come." I am not going to be in a silent car with my father.
Yeah, actually, nobody should listen to this podcast.
I mean, once again, by the time you find this
jingling,
really, you fucking asshole.
God, you
why don't you go grab a grocery bag from the 70s that's made of paper?
I don't. What?
Because they crinkle. That's not. You can't make that hand motion. You can't. That's our hand motion. That's it. Oh wow. Now I like it. Now I like what he's doing.
Oh God. Way to describe everything that happened on screen. This is not a visual part.
I don't think that anyone would enjoy me. Okay, so now the flesh, which as we discussed is thick and slick.
Now the large ginger bearded man has pressed his nipples up against the glass.
And you would be absolutely fascinated to see the way that his nipple hair interacts with the glass.
Like a mop from the underside of concrete.
Right, yeah. Like if you were filming a Swiffer commercial and did like a underside mop, yeah.
Oh, God.
We do call him Wet Jet.
Yeah. Oh, God. Not for any reason, you would think, though.
No, like, there's probably 2 ones that you're thinking of, maybe 3,
Both
and
wrong.
It's not those. It's because of his eyes.
We call him Wet Jet for the way that his brain explodes through the back of his head when he opens a skylight in the back of his skull. That's a Kellen Frank joke, actually. I've been telling everybody that open a skylight in the back of your skull joke.
Ventilate the old noggin.
Yeah.
I know. That cadence I stole from Trevor Moore. Did you know?
Well, I've been credited because you said open a skylight in the back of my skull.
That's what I think we were talking about.
Oh, install a skylight in the back of my skull.
Because we were talking about Ernest Hemingway, and I was like, was he living in Key West when he put a skylight in the back of his head?
Something like that. Yeah.
And if you're wondering, folks, don't Google it. Yes, he was. Born in Oak Park, Illinois.
Oh, God.
Home of my parents once upon a time. Also, Bob Newhart was born there.
Yeah,
is a great segue to Bob Newhart.
You told me that 40 times.
I don't think I talked about Bob. I don't think I've ever talked to you about
first
Bob
of all,
Newhart.
who's Bob Newhart?
Okay, well, you would know him
Is
as...
it just a guy from your parents' school? Because I'm going to hit you in the face if it's just a dude. Yeah, just some guy.
You would know him as
He sells
the dad
car
from
insurance
Yeah,
online.
no, that's the guy that I sold you car insurance from. That's how I got the discount.
Oh, my God.
No, you would know him as Papa Elf from Elf.
Oh, my God.
But he's
Wait,
also
the
a great
movie?
stand-up.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yes. Okay. I should know him. That's
You
one of
absolutely
my
should.
gigantic gaps in knowledge that comes from just being...
I don't know
just-
any other stand-ups from the 60s.
I've watched all 30 seasons of The Simpsons 40 times, and now I don't know things.
I don't think
It's like
many
the
people
Geneva
like,
Convention.
know about...
What's
Your dog,
that?
by the way, is jamming that gigantic cow bone into my foot.
Oh, my God. That's
Is her chewing on it, like, getting picked up? Is that... Or do we have to remind the audience?
Let's find out. No, you can hear every jingle, though.
Oh, of her
the
collar, yeah.
annoying jingle. Yeah, I'm going to just take the collar off. What you going to do?
There you go. I don't know why you leave the collar on her so much.
Because she's a fucking monster. She'll just leave.
It's there. The doors are closed. She doesn't have thumbs. It's like, if
Yeah,
anything, she might be able to hook the collar on a door handle and use that to get out. So I just...
Yeah, but we're dumb enough to, like, leave both doors open and then be like, oh, shit, we have a dog.
Oh, God, dog's gone.
Oh, no. Okay. Every one of our doors is, like, us being stupid proof because there's an interior door and an exterior door, but still she has managed to escape multiple times.
By the way, cut to like years in the future when you, listener, are listening to this because you found out, like, yeah, that guy that let his kid wander into the street, I found out he has a podcast. Let's listen to it and see if there's any signs.
Well, no, one of us is going to be on To Make a Murderer or something like that, or Life in Jail or something
No,
like
I'll
that.
be like on a Making the Murderer thing where instead of being like the guy was stupid, so they framed him for the murder. That, like, I'm just awkward, and the cops would just make the assumption like, yeah, you did the murder, and I wouldn't be able to be like, no, I didn't actually. I'd just be like, yeah. One of my plea deal options. I'm living in a prison of my own inadequacy. I might as well live in real prison.
just too worried about your own shit. Be like, yeah, whatever, put me in jail, but the cops are a problem, okay?
Yeah, no, I'm giving a press conference and they're like, did you do it? I'm like, it doesn't
Sure,
matter if
whatever.
I did it.
See, the problem is with the system.
Let me tell you, like, what he said to me when he arrested me.
You could have just said no at any point. But the problem isn't
No,
that I
you're not-
said no. It's the problem that I'm framed for something I didn't do. No, but if you just said no, the cops would have been like, yeah, sure, see ya. But
Yeah,
instead
but
of
they
just-
also shouldn't do that, probably. I don't know.
Listen, I wanted to be Socrates at the end of whatever the hell the book he's in is, where he's like, yeah, sure.
I don't think
could...
he's in a book.
Well, what the hell's the
Bill
thing?
and Ted's. I mean, in real life.
Okay, yeah,
You're,
but
you're referring to Socrates' life.
Okay, yeah, a book he's in, his autobiography.
I don't think he wrote a fucking autobiography. I think that's just history. I
Biography?
think that was just a scroll that they found in Athens at some point. Like before the Greeks became what they are now, like when they were the cradle of democracy.
You know, when they were just the best, and now they're just greasy wops.
Yeah, now they're just like, you're Italians, basically. It's like,
it's just Italians. Greeks don't even get their own shit anymore.
no, yeah. I mean, the Romans, like, at first they were just
No, they're
copying
the
Greeks,
olive
but
oil
now they-
Italians. This is the
Italians like olive oil.
No, but they're the olive oil.
Do you,
know
by
what
the
I'm
way,
saying?
do you know why olive oil was so popular in ancient Greece?
Do I care? Is it better?
I think you'll be interested. I think,
Oh, God,
because
what?
there wasn't like lube back then, so it was olive oil. And you know about them Greeks.
Bullshit.
You've
Greeks
seen their
are-
statues.
Oh God, Greeks don't use lube. Come on, man. What are you talking about?
This is historical fact that they used olive oil lube.
Well, so I'm still right. They didn't use lube. They used.
That's what I'm
greasy,
saying.
greasy
Yeah,
olive oil.
And
No,
that's,
I'm
and
still
then
walking
so
away
that
with the
and
top
that
of this
and so
one.
like that's why they're a greasy people now, because they would fuck that grease into their
Literally.
wives, and then the grease would combine with
Oh
the
my
embryo.
God.
And oil and water don't mix, and that's why they're poor now.
I know I'm dumb enough about enough stuff that you could just be flat out lying to me, and I'm just gonna quote that to somebody, and they're like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Oh, I did very confidently tweet yesterday that, like, you know how, like, if something's made of oak, you would say it's oaken?
Yeah.
So I tweeted very confidently, not lying. I was like, because I was making a joke about how I couldn't remember my banking password, but I can remember that if something's made of elm, you would call it ellum. And then I Googled that to be like, where did I learn that? That's not true. I thought it was true 100%. Don't know where I learned that. Don't know how it came to be in my mind. But it's just a...
I think you learned that from Skyrim, dude. You were just playing Skyrim.
Right, and someone just said a word, and I'm like, that's real.
I definitely have gaps in my knowledge like that, for sure. Like, but of far more significant events than what do you call something made of elm?
Like Bob Newhart's career.
Yes, I'm a comedian, and I don't know who the fuck Bob Newhart is. And it was a good amount of convincing. You took me to be like, no, it's a guy you know. You should
Right,
really-
yeah, it's a
recognizable name.
He had like 7 sitcoms, dude. Like, people know Bob Newhart.
If one of them was Cheers, then that's a reason I don't know.
It's not Cheers.
Was it black and white sitcoms? Or
One of
was
them
it
might have been.
Was it in color sitcoms, but they were still segregated, so black and white sitcoms?
No, that's what you meant by black and white.
No,
I don't
it's
know.
just
It was the
1940s,
60s and 70s.
1960s, Yeah. Okay, so it was.
But he really liked Richard Pryor.
Okay, that's good. No,
Yeah.
that's good.
No, he was famous because he would do like one-sided phone calls. Like one of my favorite ones he does is
my
like
God.
small town cops defusing a bomb. So he plays like the superintendent that's looking at the manual and just implies what the other guy said. So like, I don't know, what was a good part. I see. I try to.
We can't just keep doing other comedians' bits on the
But
podcast.
you can do Bob Newhart because I'm explaining Bob Newhart to
I
people
think
who
he's
don't know. Who he is.
public.
It's got to be public domain.
Public domain. Thank you.
Yeah. No,
See,
but it would
I
be
can't
shit.
put two fucking words together in any situation. I couldn't remember public domain.
You're saying gaps in your knowledge. Are you sure you're not just deficient in general? Like,
Alzheimer's. Oh god, there's calcium in my brain for sure.
very quick. Oh yeah, like a lot of what like seems to be your skull actually used to be your brain, but it's calcified.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna go into the hospital at some point, and they're gonna be like, "Dude, your skull is cheese." I don't know what happened.
If I were to hit you hard enough, like it would deform like a Wallace and Gromit scene.
God, I could make your skull into an ashtray today, and it wouldn't change your mental functions, dude.
You know what the top of Snooki's baby's head looks like? I could make that your head.
Oh god.
How long ago did Snooki, not Snooki, how long ago did she get pregnant?
I don't care.
Well, no, because the joke then was like, as soon as she got pregnant, was like, we're just 15 years away from Snooki being a grandmother. So now I'm wondering, like, how close is it to Snooki's, me seeing a tweet or whatever we have in the future of like Snooki's grandbaby. It turns out it's blood cures COVID or something.
Dude, I can't imagine being like born famous. Like Snooki's kid is born, like, or Tom Hanks' kid or something like that.
Is famous already.
Yeah. The second they make a Facebook, they're gonna get 10,000 friend requests, and it's just like, oh.
You probably don't turn out very good.
Unless they like keep him in a shed in the backyard to humble him or something.
Right. Well, I think that Elon Musk should let me raise his son. Because Elon Musk is a piece of shit because like his father gave him pockets full of emeralds and that's why he had a bunch of money. Elon's son X323J fuckle or whatever it is, that kid is going to turn out awful. First of all, because he's being raised by Elon Musk and because he's going to grow up rich. Elon Musk should give me his son in a Prince and the Pauper style scenario where I raise him. Don't tell him he's royalty.
Wait, wouldn't you give him your son then as well? Was Prince of the Pauper a double switch, or was it?
There was a double switch, but I don't have a son.
Is it the switcheroo or the single switch?
It's just the single. It's not even a switcheroo. There's the only ruse, like the only person who's not in on it is the kid. Because Elon just gives me his kid. I tell that kid I'm its father. I raise the kid according to my values, and then we give that kid Tesla.
Oh shit!
And SpaceX and all, and PayPal and whatever.
God damn, they should write a book about that.
I assume that they have.
Remember those gaps in my knowledge we
Right.
spoke about seconds ago?
Well, I mean, actually,
they also occur short term.
the Narnia book, A Horse and His Boy, is about something similar to that. Which that's the third one. It comes between The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe and Prince Caspian.
And they're all like 1,000 pages. I don't get. I've been trying to write a book recently, and it's like I can do like 3 paragraphs a day.
I don't know. I don't understand how novels work at all.
I like Stephen King. I get because he's like I got obliterated and tried to die just through alcohol and cocaine.
Yeah, and I understand how you can write a novel. That's
the self-destructive way.
Yeah, and then there's no ending. You were just on so much coke, crazy drunk, had some great story play out, and then you're like, I don't know how to end it, like because you're not creating a narrative arc. You're just stop with your fucking bone, dog.
You just set it somewhere else.
No, because she moves it back towards me. I don't think on purpose, but eventually I do feel the sting of a bone in my flesh. Someone isolate that.
We do need to come up with like a decent intro for this thing. I do want it to be very apologetic and be like, I know my family will make the mistake of one day listening to this. This is my disclaimer. Do not do that.
We haven't been that bad so far.
My family. I had to call my aunt yesterday, and I was just swearing the whole time because I don't care. And she was like, "Oh," and I'm like, "Yeah, I mean, I'm not in the fucking place right now. Go to hell."
I am at the point where like I will sometimes, as I'm saying something, have the thought I'm swearing a lot around my parents, and they're just used to it now, so they're not going to say anything.
Exactly.
But I am swearing a lot around my close family, and my like it. I don't do it as much around grandparents, but I'll be around my grandparents and say, yeah, the fucking, and then it won't even register to me until someone else says it. Like, you just said "fuck" in front of your grandma.
Yeah. And when my grandparents were alive, they were still like, "Yeah, sure." And I'm like, "Okay, yeah, cool."
It's at the point where like I'm not like a kid they're watching now.
Yeah,
I'm just another adult that's there. So if they say don't say that, I can be like, well,
no. I'm going.
Sorry,
home.
I said it around you.
I'm going to my home in my car after this. I'm gonna say whatever the hell. I'm adopting that attitude more and more of just like, if I say something in front of somebody and they're like, and I'm just gonna be like, listen, I've been posting stuff to the Connor Ford Show and all the other stuff I do for so long, and it's just been like, everything has had a disclaimer. I'll be like, don't watch this if you
don't like it. Don't.
If you have any form of offense bone in your body, just don't watch it. 99% of the stuff I'm saying because it's fucked up and hilarious to me. So now I've just been like, you know what? You've gotten enough disclaimers.
We're done with that.
Fuck you, Grandma.
I'll say sorry, but I'm not going to discuss with them why I think it's okay to say it or listen to them tell me why it's not. I'm just going to be like, I'm sorry. I'll try and watch that around you now. I will continue to speak this way the rest of my life.
Yeah, I will try, but I will fail sometimes, and then you'll look at me, and I won't have any idea why you're looking at me weird all of a sudden until days later when I'm like, oh my god, I said cunt in front of my mom.
Right. Oh, well.
Jesus. Oh, God.
I guess that's how this is going now.
Dude, I said it. I was just fucking around with a friend, and I said it like 3 times in front of a lunch lady at Lewis. And he's like, dude, you're just throwing that out. And I'm like, I've been watching a lot of Jim Jeffries, man. I don't know.
I think if you just do that enough, either people who suck will be like, well, then I won't associate with them. Or people will be like, that's weird of them, but I guess they're fine otherwise.
That's how Jim Jeffries did it. He was just like, I said it a lot in clubs, and I was good enough that people wouldn't ban me from the club, so now you're allowed to say it in America. But it's like, still...
Jim Jeffries, I bet, did have an effect on the amount of cunt saith that goes around in America.
Again, yeah. Him, and there's a few others from, like, wherever that... Like, New Zealand? Have I figured out a New Zealand accent yet? I still don't.
Yeah,
I know.
I mean, Taika Waititi would be the one to like base it off of. Or
Taika Waititi.
That's the he directed Thor Ragnarok and played the big rock guy.
Oh Lord, I've seen it once. Phenomenal movie. I should have seen it more.
It is really good. I mean, Tessa Thompson, Tom Hiddleston, the main guy, all great.
The only Tom I care about is the
Cruise.
No, keep going.
Okay,
Holland. Got it.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, he's nice. He's a nice guy.
I have the advantage of having the image of the person in my brain, along with all of the categories of like the things they have been in with, and I'm still just barely beating you to saying the name of the person I'm thinking of. Oh my god.
The kid with the frog in his mouth, Spider-Man. These are all.
The kid with the frog in his mouth.
You haven't seen that joke? It's that he looks like he has. If you look up the right pictures of him, it looks like he has a frog in his mouth and it's moving around and he can't open his mouth.
Jawbone that's you can.
No,
cut
but it's because
diamonds on.
when he specifically takes pictures, he makes a face like that. Like he doesn't look like that like in Spider-Man: Homecoming, but when he's like on a red carpet, you see him and he looks like he has a frog in his mouth. So I assume it's like something he thinks looks not like there's a frog in his mouth.
I think Tom Holland would be cool enough to be like, I'm gonna make these motherfuckers. these motherfuckers are gonna see what I look like.
Well, I also think Tom Holland's fine. He's not like, oh no, I don't look good enough. Like,
no.
Plenty of people are like,
if Tom Holland has insecurities, I'm going to blow my head off right now. If Tom Holland's anything other than like, no, I can get it. Then I'm like, nice, Tom Holland.
I'm sure he has insecurities.
If he ever like posts to Instagram and he's like feeling sad today, I will go to his house. I'll be like, listen here,
you just got to like tweet at him that picture of his ass in the Spider-Man suit.
Exactly.
Or be like, shut up, asshole.
Tom Holland, I'm not gay, but you are both my and my girlfriend's free pass. Just so we're clear.
Does that mean that would be really awkward if he picked one of you then? If you both go up to him whenever you meet him, like, you're both of our free pass, and he's like, oh yes, that's very nice of you. I would go with her though.
Tom Holland, I understand.
Perfect Tom Holland impression.
I understand, but I'm hurt. Can I watch? No. Dude, you gotta give me something here.
Because, like, if you go up to Zendaya and be like, "You're my one," she's like, "Yeah, I'm everyone's one."
I get it.
She's gonna be in Dune, by the way. We will talk about
Dune.
Dune.
Oh my god, I haven't seen Dune. I've seen the Sci-Fi Channel bits and pieces level of Dune.
Well, I mean, the David Lynch movie is an absolute train wreck. It's lovely to see, but it's terrible.
Oh god, just like Stargate 1, the garbage one.
No,
Yep.
no, it's quite a good one.
Stargate 1, the movie. I will
good
die on this hill.
Why are all the spaceship movies? Why is it so often a desert that they go to?
It's cheap to film in, and spaceships are expensive. Is my only guess.
I guess, but like Stargate does it, and then Star Wars,
Oh,
obviously,
every other
but that
planet
you
is
Dune.
a desert. It's serious. Every other planet is a desert that
Jakku.
they brought shit to.
Yeah, they just go to fucking deserts.
Yeah, and also like coniferous forests. And I'm like, I think that's my house, dude. I think it's my fucking house. This is Illinois for sure.
Is Illinois coniferous forests? That seems
Maybe it'd
wrong.
be like Toronto area, or maybe it'd be Atlanta.
I feel like
either up or down if it's not us.
it definitely isn't down. Coniferous forests?
Okay,
I feel like that's
Google.
a cold stuff.
Define coniferous forest.
According to Wikipedia, temperate coniferous forest is a terrestrial habitat type defined by the Worldwide Fund for Nature.
That was fucking
That
nothing.
means nothing.
Okay,
Google,
Google.
asshole.
Where are coniferous forests located?
That's gonna be a terrible answer.
Okay, Google. Where are coniferous forests located?
According to Arch's story maps, the coniferous forest is the largest terrestrial biome
Oh my
found in the
God,
northern
you
parts of Europe, North America, and Asia.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
us.
but northern.
Well, we're northern. Illinois is
Sort
northern.
of.
Well, we're at. We're next to Wisconsin. It's Europe. I think is on the same equilateral plane as we are.
I think
Which is
part
gonna
of-
be the
it's-
biggest
No,
word
it's
on the
weirdly
podcast
south. I
today.
think it's weirdly south.
Is it? Well, because all the maps are fucked up. 'Cause
Yeah.
Goddamn, Africa's like a third of the size. That's so. I love it when people are like systematic racism doesn't exist, and then
That is
Africa's
like your
the
go-to
wrong size
systematic racism,
still-
is that
it's
Africa's-
such a great example. It's like literally today Africa's the wrong side. There's like almost
And everyone's
sort of
like, well, yeah, because you can't put a globe very well onto a flat surface. It's like, you can do it way better than that, though.
The bone, Chiba's bone is like busting up against the table, and it's like ripple affecting. Can you move it? Like,
Yeah, because it can be
just
hurt.
toss it over there. Yeah, because we have a metal and wood combination table. She's furious.
You know we're men of the people, folks, because we're taking a break from the podcast to
Swallow a
remove the
dog's
dog's
bone.
carcass.
I
Well,
don't
that
think-
sounded like
she
the dog
hasn't
was
done-
dead and we're getting the dog's carcass. That's bad.
Yeah, she hasn't gotten any of the bone on it. Tomahawk steaks. If you can get a dog a bone of that, she'll fucking trying to eat the hell out of that thing.
Also, just give it rib bones. Give the dog rib bones, and then watch it. And if the bone breaks, take it.
Oh, I've given the dog rib bones and like watched her like a hawk, and it's seconds. It's like literally chomp chomp snap in half. I'm like,
Seriously?
oh god.
Because
Well,
I couldn't
the
do
way
that,
I
and
cook
I don't
ribs.
think your dog is much stronger than me.
No, the way I cook ribs is like for 4 hours. So it's like
That is
such a
true.
slow cook that the marrow seeps into the meat, and it's fucking phenomenal.
I don't care about cooking.
Ribs does not count as cooking. That counts as grilling. Therefore, I
That's
still have
and
my
it's
man
not gay
card.
for men to like that.
Exactly.
These are the rules, folks.
These are the rules. Even though I do bake.
And I don't grill. I don't bake. I don't
Mm-hmm.
cook. I made pasta the other day. It went bad.
I love your story of being like, yeah, I was on my way home from on my way home, so I swung by Walgreens, grabbed just a loaf of bread, and like, what the fuck are you talking about? Just a loaf of bread?
I'm not out of peanut butter. I'm out of bread.
Yeah,
So
why
I
would
bought
you
bread.
Just wait and get all the groceries once a week.
How do you not understand that I had some of the groceries and not others?
No, listen, Kellen. You need a tiny, fruity dog on a little leash. You need a gay twink boyfriend. you need a fucking an apartment in Chicago and to live in Boys Town and go grocery shopping Sunday nights at Aldi's because Mariano's is a little too expensive. This is the life I've laid out for you, and you will fucking
I'm not.
live
No,
it.
I wouldn't enjoy that very much. I would not have a dog. I would have a cat, and it would be a badass cat, and it would be a boy cat, despite the fact that cats seem like girls and dogs seem like boys.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I'll probably have a
You
girlfriend.
need to wear mesh tank tops and go raving every week.
No one would enjoy
Otherwise,
that. At least
how
of
am
all
I
me.
supposed to explain to my parents that you're actually gay?
I don't-
just don't. Just
Just
don't.
don't worry. It's not gonna. They're not gonna become involved in the process at any point, so they don't need to know.
You can just not bring it up. You can really, honestly, just don't say it.
If you bring it up and they're like, "Is he?" You can be like,
No.
Fine. No, I don't.
Sure, no.
I've had people be like, "Are you really gay?" And I'm just like, I don't care if you think I am. It's got nothing to do with
No,
it.
sure. No, I guess I'm not.
I answered because you asked, and then you didn't believe me. Okay.
Imagine not believing somebody. Just being like, you sure you're gay? No, fine.
Surer
What?
than you.
I'm pretty sure, I guess. What?
We all make mistakes.
Are you sure that you're not gay? What's happening right now?
Well, that would be a good response. Because my response is an exasperated, like, I'm done talking to you now. But it would be pretty good to be like, are you sure that you're straight?
That is a perfect...
Let me fuck you now to be sure.
Hey, baby. The con man. We forgot about the con man. I don't think we did it with the last
Not on
podcast.
the carpetbagger?
Yeah, the carpetbagger who owns a literal carpetbag.
This is when we
But
were in
him
Southern
just
Illinois and
tricking people.
being better than people.
So we were in Southern Illinois and we're just coming up with
Very
bits.
rural.
Very rural.
Couldn't get gluten-free shit anywhere. They
So-
put gluten in stuff.
So we've decided that their idea of a gay man is just a trickster god style.
He was a gay man?
Wednesday well, now he is for this bit, but
For
before
our
he
new
was
bit,
just
okay.
a con man.
He's
so
just like
tricking folks into being gay.
so now like
You're like, who's on the other side of the glory hole?
your cousin
Couldn't be
comes
me.
out as gay and you're like, I don't want you doing my taxes anymore.
It's like, I feel like you'll sell me a shoe farm.
I thought in the North they figured out how to make shoes out of dirt. Not in the way that we do it, where we just put mud on our feet a lot, and then they kind of coalesces into galoshes. And that was a business idea I had, and I sold that idea to this carpetbagging motherfucker. And now
He literally carried a carpetbag. I thought he was trustworthy. I can say.
What was the carpetbagger's voice?
This one just
Oh yeah, it's like,
evil and jumpy.
Hey there. Hey there, I bet you've never seen steam power in this town. How'd you like to buy a bridge?
Just dressing up, mustache curled, top hat,
yes.
full suit.
Like J.J. Bittenbinder.
There it is. That's the guy going into rural towns and being like, I can't afford breakfast today, but I could give you my car that's parked outside. It's just a nice Lincoln that
And
he
it's
certainly doesn't
someone
own.
else's car.
It's absolutely. He just walked to the nearest place that there was a nice car out
He
front.
just smells grits and then walks up with his top hat in his hand and goes like, sorry fellas, I'm lost in your strange land. Could you spare me a little food in your bank account?
He's ringing like his top hat, like Oliver Twist would ring his whatever hat. Just be like, gee, I don't know these parts too well. Could you show me around? Maybe take me back to your
And
house
by the
so
way,
I can
this
make a
is
phone
not
call?
in the 20s. This is now.
Yeah.
But the people in the South think that the people like maybe that's what people from cities are like.
That's what people from cities are absolutely
That's
like.
what
So they
those fucking
see the
liberals
guy
are
and they're
like.
no, that's the guy
knew
my
it.
grandma warned me about. I knew it.
That's the guy that took my grandma's farm.
That's literally the person. My grandma tells me every day, she's like, don't trust a man in a top hat that smells like cologne. My grandma also talks like the guy who scammed her out.
Well, you see, when I was a girl, Jedediah Barnabas III came down and he took away all our slaves and all our farms.
Later we find out his name was Colin.
He was just a guy.
He was just a dude. He was just any man from the city, apparently.
He had gone to a costume shop in this town and bought a fake tuxedo.
The costume that said 1920s con man.
And we tried to like figure out what he was saying, but he kept moving his hands and head so fast that we became bewitched.
He sold me a funeral home because I couldn't put the fancy city words he was using together. Oh, God.
No one dies in this town. We're a charmed rural hamlet that has magical water. We don't need
yeah.
a funeral home.
No, every town in the South has Disney rules where even if they die in Disney, they get
get
ported
sent
over to
some-
Chicago, shot by a black man, and then they die there. And then Tucker Carlson reports it on the news.
My uncle, who lives he's my great uncle, but he lives in Arizona. When he was here visiting us, he heard gunshots from a gun range in Naperville, which if you guys aren't from the area, like everyone's listening is from the area, but it's a pretty well-to-do suburb. He heard gunshots from a gun range and didn't want to leave the parking garage because he was like, I'm near Chicago. I heard gunshots. Could be around any corner.
What is he from? Bumblefuck?
Nebraska?
Yeah, Bumblefuck, Nebraska.
Yeah.
The biggest town there. There's 18 people.
It's not a cool state to drive through. Like, if the drive from Chicago to Denver, like, Chicago and Denver are the good places on that drive.
Dude, I often see what a shocking amount of this country is corn, and then look at the suicide statistics in those areas, and I'm like, these should be significantly higher. Like, I haven't seen a Chili's in 4 years. Fuck that all.
I haven't been to a Chili's in a while. I'd like to go to a Chili's.
Yeah, but you know what you can do? Drive to a Chili's right now.
It is right. Yeah, they're right there.
It's right
and
there.
if not, there's a Bennigan's. Well, there's not. Bennigan's went. Do you remember when Bennigan's went out of business and it was like a thing for some reason?
Oh, I didn't care. I remember being just old enough to care and being like, I don't think I've ever been to Bennigan's.
It was like one of the effects of the 2008 crash, I think, was that Bennigan's went out of business, and people were sad. And it's like, there's Chili's,
my
there's
God.
Fridays,
There's
there's
TGI
Ruby
Fridays.
Tuesdays, there's Red Robin, yum.
Yeah, Red Robin, come. That's
that's
probably
White
the White Robin. Garlic aioli Robin. The con man selling shit to Red Robin. Buy this garlic aioli.
I swear to God, it's actually got like aioli. I guess you're gonna have to listen to every episode of this podcast because it's gonna be constant self-references.
Oh God, no. All right, we should bite that in the ass.
What other? I had something to talk about and I forgot.
Dune? Was it Dune? It was
It's
Dune.
usually Dune.
And Tremors.
Dune,
They're making-
Tremors, Bob
What's up?
Newhart.
What's up with the new? They're making a new Tremors just to hurt me, right?
No, because you don't have to spend a lot of money and it's guaranteed to make something back.
The just the graphics on it have gotten so much worse. Too. It's like it makes me
Honestly,
sad
yeah, Tremors
in the
was
heart.
the what 92
The
or something?
first Tremors had better graphics than
Right,
the
because
2020s.
it wasn't graphics. It was like a
Practical
big
effects
fake
and
worm.
a budget and
Right.
things, and they built that town in the desert or something like that.
Well, no, they sent a guy in a top hat and they were like, let me buy a town. I'm from a big time movie studio for like it was in the 50s.
Just don't read anything into it.
I know Rhett Butler.
Like, I'm going to trick the small town lawyer into a few drinks and then have him sign over your town somehow.
That's really what happened in Schitt's
I
Creek.
beat the mayor in a card game because I have 4 aces up my sleeve.
As you know, in any town in the Midwest, if you beat the town at Euchre, you get to own that town.
Which is why Euchre is a dumb game for
Euchre's a
stupid
good
people.
game, and you're dumb
okay,
for not
it is a
understanding.
good game. Euchre's a solid game. The rules you play by are garbage and useless. And
They
make
are
no
the
sense.
rules.
No, they are not. No, Euchre is the beer pong of card games. If you go to a different area, it is played a different way. I guarantee
Yeah, but
it.
the ones other than the way that I play it are incorrect.
You see the problem here? You see?
That people are playing euchre
No,
wrong. Yes,
but
I do.
you know-
Yes, I do.
You know what I do every time I get into a game of beer pong? I got into a game of beer pong in the South. You know how different it is out there? It's insane. Beer pong in the South is boom cup, essentially. And I'm like, what?
What?
It's not. But there's no balls back. There's no, 9 rules. I'm not going to go
What?
into it.
No, describe all of it. Do the Wikipedia article.
It's like, you have to fuck your cousin by the end of the first half, otherwise you lose. It's weird.
Yeah. That's also a house rule in euchre in some places.
If you win but you don't win the Civil War, I don't know.
Then you just you get mad. You stay
secede
mad
in
you stay mad.
2024. You stay mad still.
Oh, that's what I want to. No, that's what I want to talk about. I forgot. Lady Antebellum. Do you hear about them changing their name?
No. Well, I
So
don't
you know
even-
the band Lady Antebellum.
Start from the beginning.
The
man.
band Lady Antebellum.
Okay.
You know that.
No.
Okay.
I know it's a band. and
I
it's
just
called
need you
Lady
now.
Antebellum.
It's 1:15.
Okay, yeah. Got it.
Yeah. When all the protests started happening, I guess back in, I don't know, what was that, May?
Yeah, it's probably around
Whenever.
Yeah.
I mean, they're still happening.
large historical event. We'll get a date in next year's textbook or something.
Yeah, sure. There's still, whatever. There's still. Anyway, when all that's going on, you know what antebellum means, right?
No.
Means before the war. The Civil War. So they realized, maybe capitalizing on nostalgia for the pre-Civil War South would be bad because
For
we enslaved some folks. Well, not us. We didn't. But
not Lady Antebellum specifically.
no, but some people did.
That
So they were
bad.
like, we should change our name, which is good. But they changed it to Lady A, which is already the stage name of a black artist. And they sued her. So it just cracked me up.
Oh my god.
Can you name a more useless version of anti-racism than
Oh my god.
we are going to change the name of our band, which I guess that's
In
good.
direct detriment to
fuck
a
over
black
a black
performing artist. Hey, Lanny. The Rolling Stones just changed their name to Killer Mike. Why? Eminem's now J.
I'm glad
Cole.
you know the name
You
of one
son
black
a-
artist, and it's Killer
I
Mike.
just went.
Of
just
Killer
came
Mike?
out of it. No, I just said Eminem's gonna change his name to
Oh
J.
my God.
Cole. I'm gonna deal with this. Let's figure this out.
Deal with. I don't know what he's even figuring out. This could be dangerous. Are we being attacked? Christy, take over the mic.
Yeah.
Jump on, say something funny or weird or something. That we can keep it.
I love that 2 seconds ago you called me about like way to name one black recording artist, and immediately I was like, no.
I know.
No.
Will Smith.
You fucking barely, dude. Jaden Smith also.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh my god.
Willow Smith also.
I think. Zendaya, does she count?
Does she do music?
I don't know. Was she Disney? Did she get started on Disney?
I don't know.
Because I think
Spider-Man is the first time I.
I feel like everybody. I feel like she's connected to Disney somehow.
Well, we can Google this.
Well, Disney owns the Homecoming.
Owns it's Spider-Boy.
Yeah. He should be called Spider-Boy for sure.
Well, Spider-Man is supposed to be like
a
17.
child.
Yeah.
Not Tobey Maguire. Tobey Maguire just acts like a child. That's all.
Well, that's just they cast Spider-Man wrong.
Dude, I mean,
it was good. Those were all excellent movies.
No, the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, especially the Sam Raimi directed one, had just.
Aren't they all Sam Raimi directed?
Are they?
All three, I thought.
Really? I know number three. If they're all directed, then number 3 was just like. Just go ham, man. Just be Sam fucking Raimi.
I like how people think that like
no, because Bruce Campbell wasn't in the first 2, so I don't think.
I think he was.
No, look at it. All right, dude, I want to turn the AC off and just sacrifice the audio quality. I'm so hot.
I don't care. I mean, we
let me
like,
see how to hear this real quick. I mean, we're already. If somebody listens past 30 seconds,
then they're in and they're not gonna cut it because of this. Yeah, okay. I mean, Sam Raimi directed the first one for sure.
Was it just the first one or something like that, maybe? These are pretty directional mics. Oh, yeah, that's loud. Is there an active noise reduction on this?
No, just turn it off. It's not that bad.
Hang on, I'm just going to let it.
This we do have to. This has to be edited out, and the part where you were gone, a lot of that has to be edited out.
Nah, I'm not interested.
Yes, I'll do it. But you're letting me do it.
Dude. Why? I don't like the podcast that's edited. It doesn't feel like it's still a conversation. You're still fucking around here.
It's gonna be,
and also the first few, if somebody bitches about it, then I'll start doing it.
Okay, so you understand that when you tweet this, I will reply to that tweet. And bitch.
If somebody that isn't, I said somebody who's a person, not somebody who's killed.
What are you kidding me?
Wait, I can be a co-host on the podcast,
but not
I
a
can't
person.
Be a person.
Well, I mean, the dog was briefly.
You're right to go so far.
No, yeah, they were all directed by Sam Raimi.
Fuck yeah.
So and yet you claim to be a person, but you don't know who the Spider-Man movies were directed by.
Okay,
disqualifying in my book.
The Bruce Campbell's anything that he's in, so everything directed by Sam Raimi, I'm absolutely in love with. I just didn't know if the Spider-Mans were because it's so departed from everything else he does.
Except Spider-Man 3
it
has
Sam
that
Raimi.
weirdness.
Well,
Which
that's
I
why I
love
thought
how
it was
people,
just that one.
I love how people think that he lost it. He did a bad job.
No,
with that movie. No, he just got to do what he wanted to do with it.
By the
no one thought that emo Peter Parker where he's like finger guns down the street. Yeah. No one thought that was unironically cool. It's just awesome.
No, Sam Raimi was like, well, this is the last one, right? Okay.
Yeah, you're not gonna give me another one regardless of whether I play by the rules?
And dude, when I saw
fucking Bubba Hotep's in it.
Yeah. Bubba Hotep.
I have not seen it.
Shockingly underrated. Dude, it's so fucking good. It's shockingly good. It has no. Do you know the plot? Basically,
isn't Elvis a zombie, an Egyptian zombie?
He's no. He Elvis. So he's Elvis, but he gave it all up. So like 2 years before Elvis actually died, in this universe, Elvis gave it all up, and switched places, like not Parent Trap, but like whatever, something like that. Switch places.
I mean, that does happen in the Parent Trap.
Yeah, but at a younger age. Like somebody's rich, somebody's poor, they switch places.
Right. Okay.
And then 2 years later, the Elvis that switched places dies, so he's the real Elvis who just like lives in a trailer park and shit.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's like, I'm actually Elvis, but now I'm just considered the best Elvis impersonator. So he lives that life.
Isn't he? There's a zombie element, isn't
There's a mummy element.
there? Okay.
Yeah.
So Egyptian zombie.
Yeah, so somebody like dumps a mummy in a creek near the old folks' home that he's slowly dying in. Yeah, so it starts fucking haunting him there, and he's like, I'm Elvis, motherfucker, I can do this. So him and somebody team up and like take down the mummy, and it's literally there.
I gotta look up like the cover.
90% of the argument in the movie is like, I know I'm about to die, but I don't want to die because this mummy gets my soul. And like, I love that a giant plot point they had to explain away was like, well, yeah, normally old people would be attacked by mummies and then just be like, well, fuck it, I'm about to die, go to hell. But they had to be like, no, the mummy gets your soul.
So you still wanna?
So you still gotta kill him. Because no.
Did this Elvis get fat? Oh, he did. It is fat Elvis.
Oh, yeah. There's somebody, like, his counterpart is a really good person in it I can't remember the name of.
I don't know that I don't recognize that actor.
No, neither do I. But he was like phenomenal in it. And he was like the guy who killed Kennedy, or he had like some backstory, similar backstory to the
Seriously?
Elvis thing. Yeah, he had like a same like we switched places or some shit kind of thing.
It was George H.W. Bush.
It was some nice. It was some shit like that.
Wait, no, he killed Reagan. H.W. got one of the presidents shot. Maybe both.
What are you talking about?
H.W.
Is
was
this
in the
QAnon?
CIA.
I'll kill you.
Oh no, yeah, and like, I can't remember if it's Reagan or Kennedy, but it's like, well, what city did Reagan get shot in?
I don't even know that Reagan got shot, man.
Reagan got shot once. Yeah.
Good for him.
Well, good for the guy who shot him.
Hey-oo.
No, yeah, I think it was the day Kennedy got shot. George H.W. Bush was in Dallas. Doesn't remember why. He remembers why. He's not telling you because his family helped kill
God,
Kennedy.
what a garbage explanation. Why are you in Dallas? No idea. What?
Yeah, no, like,
It wasn't seared into your memory the day you found out the president just got shot. I was
right.
there
He
for
was
this.
in the fucking CIA or something. I gotta look this up. I gotta look up.
He couldn't
HW
just be
Kennedy.
like, I can't tell you why.
It was. Yeah, I was on other CIA shit.
Yeah,
like say that.
literally anything else. Oh my God, this country.
Speaking of Kennedys,
Did we lose another? I don't think
No.
there's any left.
no, there's Joe Kennedy III is currently running for.
Does he even count?
I mean, clearly the bloodline is degenerated.
Dude, talk about just, oh my God, eliminating a bloodline. The Kennedys, holy shit.
They're not as big as they used to.
There's like 4 of them. That's got to be crazy. Imagine being one of the Kennedys and being like, oh shit, dude, they got a half of us. And now being like one of the last one, and he's like, well, I just.
No, but Ted Kennedy like stayed in politics after that.
Then
Then there was Chappaquiddick, which is some kind of
Ted
scandal that I
Kennedy's
couldn't
dead,
describe.
right? Or is he still alive?
Probably.
Or is he just irrelevant or something?
I don't know.
No, but just imagine
One
being
of like
a,
Kennedy's great grandnephew or something like that is currently trying to unseat a Democratic senator in a primary.
Okay, so you're pretty much the head of the legal mafia, for example.
Yeah, they're the fucking.
Yeah.
It's the thing is today. So when you listen to this, you can just Google who won. If Ted Kennedy loses, this will be the first time a Kennedy has lost in Massachusetts.
Yeah, so essentially you're the head of the legal mafia, and then every time you look to your left at a family reunion, somebody fucking dies to your right, and you look back, and then they die to your left. You're like,
And then George H.W. Bush is like sprinting off to Texas to create a terrible cowboy son that he hates.
I mean, imagine just building a fucking a literal dynasty.
The White House was called Camelot.
Just a literal dynasty, and then being like, well, this will be I mean, how are they going to get rid of all of us? I bet one Kennedy said that. Just like, well, there's no way they can get rid of all of us. There's too many of us. And then oh no, they got another. And then the
You ever see the Family Guy cutaway? Where like, I got my JFK bobblehead. Bam. At least I still got my Bobby Kennedy bobblehead.
or the Kennedy family reunion is just one guy. Where is everybody?
Yeah, it's Ted Kennedy III. And he
Imagine
looks
the
like a fish
confidence.
creature.
Whenever
speaking of
they
Lovecraft.
started just dropping like flies, imagine the confidence of anybody in that family.
Didn't only 2 of them get killed?
Well,
I
but
thought it was just JFK and RFK.
I think maybe officially killed. And then
Oh, you think the other ones died?
I don't know.
Hold on.
Nothing bad ever happens to the Kennedys.
I don't know what that's from, but I just seen that video. Nothing bad ever happens to the Kennedys.
Car flips.
Ah.
Oh my! I would love that this is the thing we get like canceled for. They're like, "Oh, dude, too far, making fun of the Kennedys."
The Kennedys. No, because no one under like 40
Gives
gives
a
the
shit.
slightest shit about the Kennedys.
And nobody over 40 is allowed to listen to this podcast.
No, they wouldn't. Yeah.
No. I should have an age restriction.
Oh yeah, I don't know how you hacked it backwards.
You know how YouTube says, like, if you're over age, was
Yeah.
this content made for children? Was this content made for anybody who flies a flag on the back of their truck? No.
I don't care what flag it is, even if it's a good flag.
Even if it's
It could be the fucking Palestinian flag. If you fly it on the back of your... Well, actually, they can listen.
I don't think they'd be happy either. I don't think anybody would be happy listening to this.
Palestine, they would like, at least me.
I don't think anybody who would...
Because I'm like HW killed Kennedy as part of the continuing imperialism of the United States.
Let me just put it this way. Anybody who would look me in the eyes and shake my hand wouldn't listen to this podcast. And I'm fine with that.
And the number of people that will look you in the eyes or shake your hand as this podcast becomes more popular will decrease rapidly.
No, I don't think anybody who would listen to this podcast has the ability to both look me in the eyes and shake my hand. I think they're incapable of one or the other, human contact or eye contact, and I don't know which.
Me, most of the time.
Both is like a my Mount Everest, honestly.
Oh, did you ever do snowball as a kid?
That's cocaine? Did I ever do cocaine as a kid? What do you think?
No, the thing where you come on a girl's mouth and she spits it back in your mouth. No, I don't.
All right, third answer.
37?
New thing.
No, the third answer is I can't remember exactly what it is. It's like not a religious camp, but it's kind of like a religious Bible camp thing.
God, I've
but it's
done
not
one.
it's not religious, but it's like leadership and anti-drug and shit.
Yeah.
The way that I went once because my counselor really loved it and convinced me to go.
God.
The way that ends is everybody stands in a circle, and one at a time you make eye contact with everybody else. And I was like, I have been trying to share emotions with you freakish strangers for this entire weekend. I have to do this? Most of them were crying.
Oh, God.
They did fucking love me, though.
Absolute nightmare.
That was the first time where people were like, I don't fucking get what this guy's doing, but he's funny.
Either way, being like 13 and having to make eye contact and say something meaningful to somebody.
It's like 15.
Was still,
Yeah.
that's probably worse.
It is worse, yeah.
Because I've definitely discovered masturbation at that point with a fervor.
There was a whole thing about...
Don't touch yourself, the seminar.
Not don't touch yourself. I think you're allowed to touch yourself. But you weren't allowed to fuck each other. Because there was a
15,
thing,
dude. I can't. I fucking can't. I don't. Have,
No,
I don't have the-
it happened. It happened.
No, but I don't have the pickup lines to put it together, dude. I'm 15.
People did.
I know, but
No,
those
it was an
people-
epidemic. It was called purple fuzzy.
Oh, wait,
Because
sex was called
blue and
purple?
pink. Blue and, whatever you were doing.
Where's the blue come in?
Men.
Oh, okay. Oh, blue. I thought
Blue
pink
and
was
pink.
vagina and blue
Yeah,
was
and then
penis, and I was like,
they had a
what
thing
penis
called a
is
warm
blue?
fuzzy where you've got a ball of yarn and you tie a bit of yarn
my
onto someone else's yarn when they've done a good deed or something.
I would have rather been molested, dude.
It's very terrible. I fucking hated it.
Oh god.
But anyway,
one
one year I
like
went.
you halfway through the camp were like, just fuck me. Come on, just I can't get a camp counselor to fuck me.
I just
Can
went up
Can
to
I
the-
go home?
the loneliest looking elderly man and be like, "Can you like
Just touch
jam
me."
something in me?"
And then not talk to me for the rest of this time.
Yeah, and then we're done.
give me a Nintendo because you feel bad. That sounds great. Playing Mario, hiding all the pain, playing Mario
I
Party
didn't
or
play
something.
Mario. I didn't play Nintendo. I played PlayStation.
I played like
I'm a bad boy.
You know the game that every elderly woman on her phone plays, like the Brick Breaker game or the
Yeah,
shooter
that's a
thing.
good game.
I used to play that obsessively, and I was 4, and I got obsessed with it, and I got over it. So now to see elderly women absolutely spend thousands of dollars somehow on that game through microtransactions is hilarious. To
I have
me.
a version of that though.
Yeah, but
It's called One More Break. Everybody, you better give me sponsorship for this, guys. One More Break. Download it. It's awesome.
no.
Do it. Pussy.
I think we're one of those podcasts that can get 4 sponsors, and it's Blue Chew, MeUndies.
It's whoever Come Town sponsors are.
Yeah, exactly.
Or we do the Chapo thing and we get a bunch of Patreons, which we won't, because we're not a uniquely positioned sense of humor.
I don't know. I think we're the upbeat come town. which is they're so sad. All of them are so sad. Like every time they do a bit, they're like, I don't fucking want to do this. I'm like, dude, just kill yourself.
I don't listen.
already.
I'm aware of it. I don't listen to the podcast.
I love it. I love it because it says all the stupid shit that I'm like, I think this, but I would never say it.
Is there a reason for this podcast? Because there is a come time.
No, but they're
And I can be Stav and Adam, I think.
At the end of every episode, the Sesame Street brought to you by the letter suicide is why this podcast exists, because we're like, yeah, shit sucks, but it will be fine. We'll be fine.
You'll be pretty much like you were before.
No, shit sucked when your parents were born. Shit sucked when their parents were born.
It's
but
always been
exponentially worse. We have phones now, and that's a blessing and a curse.
It doesn't make it better.
It makes
That's part of the reason I
marginal.
like Dune.
Is they don't have phones.
I can bring any. Well, they sort of have phones. I can bring anything back to Dune.
This is the Dune podcast. We're just
I mean,
bringing
there's
just
a good chance I mention it on
Dune podcast.
Dune is gonna come up. Fear and Loathing is gonna come up. A Knight's Tale is gonna come up.
Welcome to the Dune podcast, where somebody pitches an idea and I bring it back to Dune. Matthew McConaughey, go.
Fucking, I don't know. Dune is fun to watch when you're stoned, and he likes to be stoned.
All right, cocaine.
They were doing a lot of cocaine on the set of the Dune movie. They had to be. Don't do another.
Childhood mental issues.
I mean, it's about a 15-year-old boy who has superpowers because he's the result of a secret breeding program. And he has a rough time with it. He does have a rough time with it because he's 15. His dad dies.
The letter
too.
Q.
There's probably something with a Q in it. Weird fucking names.
All right, that bit's dead. Moving on. Oh god.
Who shall we have
I couldn't
Wormstein,
imagine-
the likes of which even God has never seen? It's such a good movie.
Just a train wreck. I could imagine there being like a podcast that has $1,000 million a year. That's just like, we just bring things back to things in a pretentious voice, because I used to be on NPR.
I did the intro as NPR.
Nice. Well,
There's probably a pretty successful podcast that is just about Dune, and that people that do it suck.
yeah. Yeah.
Because, I mean, I don't suck. I'm cool. But a lot of people that like Dune suck.
Kellen, this is an intervention. You suck.
Not the way Dune people suck.
Not the way pretentious Dune people.
I don't think Paul Atreides is a good guy.
I'm gonna crack a beer real quick and I'm gonna come back. And I'm also gonna.
Bring me one.
Do you want Cheez-Its?
Yes. I don't know why I had to get that on mic. Like that, they don't need to hear clearly that I want Cheez-Its. I still keep inclining toward the mic every time. Every time I talk, including now, I'm inclining toward the mic, and I'm just gonna keep it up. Yeah, we'll repeat everything I say so it's not one-sided. Okay, I will, but that might be confusing because it'll be in the same voice. I love penis. Well, I knew that about you already. You gotta. You started something and then just said I had to repeat everything you say. That's embarrassing. I'm not gonna say that. You're not. When you hear it on the podcast, you're not gonna want them to know that about you. Yeah, so Dune is actually really cool because even though it's set like in the future and it's all that fantasy stuff, it is still based on like everything is like material power, like military and the economy, and that's a really good way of looking at the universe. And now you're gonna cut it.
The second we start talking politics, I cut everything. Be like, and that's why I like Cheez-Its. He's on fucking. I don't even know what the hell is.
You showed me better bottle
They're
openers.
gone. They disappeared.
Well, I didn't take them.
I'm gonna munch on some cheese.
Watch me not have trouble with it.
It's not super easy. Just want a few Cheez-Its. I had a gigantic coffee. We'll up.
We should have done Cheez-It snack packs because now I have to lean up to hand you the Cheez-Its every time I'm done with Cheez-Its.
I think I'm gonna have a couple handfuls and then try and fill up on this beer. Oh, she was ready to kill me for these Cheez-Its.
She's got like a dinosaur bone.
She's done with it, I think. I don't know. Well,
Chiba, you ungrateful animal.
I don't know.
Anyway, which obscure interest would I like to talk about now?
Explain to me QAnon, because that'll give me a second to eat cheeses.
Fuck, I don't. There is no one thing. It's a bunch. If you ask any two Q people to explain it to each other, they would get mad at each other and call each other pedophiles. But basically, there was a guy who claimed to be named Q, and a QAnon because like you call people anon on 4chan. That's what it was. So there's a guy that claimed to be Q, and he was like releasing like deep state documents about how, like one of the things that like. First of all, like they think everyone's a pedophile, like lots of celebrities and politicians. They're right in some cases. But they also believe that, like, those people have been arrested, often even tried and executed, and they have been replaced with holograms. So that's one of the things. What other shit is there? I mean, they think Trump is, like, undercover executing pedophiles and stuff like that, and... Like, they're basically, the way that they square the fact that, like, Trump and Bill Clinton both probably fucked kids is they were like, yeah, but Trump was undercover. Like, he's doing it to get them.
I don't think you can undercover fuck kids.
No, they,
You just fuck a kid.
yeah, no, you did that. Like,
I immediately apologize for where this is about to go, but come on. Oh my god. Imagine doing that in a court of law. I'd be like, no.
I was undercover.
For what organization? No, just me.
So wait, that's a fake mustache? Yeah, I thought it would make the kids like me more.
Well, no. It's the same argument, but that's a fake mustache. Well, no, I grew it, but it's fake. Like,
Wait,
no,
so
that's
I don't
a real
normally wear-
mustache. Wait, so you would
Wait,
go
you're
into
dressed in like a windbreaker and aviators and like weird sneakers. Yeah, but I wouldn't dress like that. That's undercover. But you're dressed like that. Who are you reporting this to? No, I was just.
No,
I
I
wasn't
was just
reporting
doing
it. I was doing it so that if I ever became president, which I never actually planned to do, and then suddenly
just kinda
stumbled into, but in case that ever happened, then I would be able to arrest, try, and execute them with the military, and then replace.
Oh,
them
and
with
also,
holograms.
I didn't tell anybody. At any point, and I'll deny it if it goes.
Oh, and also JFK Jr.'s not dead.
What?
Like he's alive, and there's like a guy that they think is JFK Jr. And that guy's kind of like just riding it, like he's just not saying no. So he gets to go to Trump events, and everyone's
totally.
like, "It's you, sir. Thank you for saving us from the pedophile bugmen."
Weren't the the people outside of their mansion with guns?
Yeah,
they
the
were
McCloskeys.
on the RNC too.
Yeah, it's right. Yeah. So was Nicholas Sandman, the guy that was like mugging that Native American at the protest in D.C. a while ago.
Oh my god.
I mean, Kyle Rittenhouse would be there if they had known what he was going to do.
Oh god.
Yeah, buy a gun, people, because there is a significant portion of people who are happy about what Kyle Rittenhouse did and hope it happens more. And chances are they want to do it to you.
But to be fair,
I mean, I guess the audience of our podcast might be.
but to be fair, if Joe Biden gets elected, then it's just the DNC in the opposite direction. Or if he doesn't, then the next candidate's going to be so extreme in the wrong direction or something. I don't know.
You may
I don't
not
know.
have a choice. No.
I began that sentence and immediately abandoned it because I couldn't think of a good justification.
It's not because it's not funny. But this isn't funny.
The only thing I can even remotely get mad about that the left does is like censorship. They don't want me to say certain things because it's mean to people. And
Okay, but that's not. Get your animal off. First of all.
she's
Censor
gonna
the
fight
dog
you.
away from me.
just throw cheeses.
No, that's not censorship, though. That's people getting mad at you for saying
Yes,
stuff.
absolutely.
Censorship is when the government sends people to your
Well,
door.
no, but that's the worst thing. That's the worst thing that I can like. That's one of the worst things, I guess, is like that I'm the most standing out against the left is that they'll be like, don't say certain words. And I'm like,
but you
why
know, like,
comment?
Cumtown is the left, though.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I'm.
So plenty of the left agrees with you totally.
Yes, exactly. So that's what I'm saying. So like that's the worst thing, and then the worst thing on the right is that they keep killing black people. So I'm like, okay, no, one's the Death Star, and the other's the rebellion has a few problems.
Yeah.
The
Like,
rebellion wasn't
Right-wing
perfect.
extremists, like, they keep shooting people. And left-wing extremists are like, I broke the window of a cop car because the cops keep killing people, and I don't have health care.
Like,
The dog is destroying
It's
electronics.
like I burned a coals. Was there anybody inside? No, that's evil. What? Like, okay.
No, we just thought you would do that because you care about politics, which is bad.
Oh god. We gotta get off politics, God. I like.
It is useless. You should be doing drugs and hanging out with people.
I am.
Yeah, no, that's so.
We always scream about politics anytime we hang out together, so this was kind of inevitable.
Yeah. Well, because
We'll
I'm
get it
always
out of
thinking
the way.
about it, so if you bring it up, I will take the bait. Always.
I do like your hipster Coors Light cans. You get
Oh, yeah.
the
The,
bottle.
it's those squat ones, the little banquet cans, if you guys are interested.
The
If you guys
banquet
want to drink like
cans.
us, that's what they're called.
It's an extra $2, and they only serve them at weddings. Kellen
It
had,
costs the same amount as a can.
Kellen had to rob a wedding to get these things.
Oh, dude, I'm so pissed that I haven't gotten to go to any weddings.
I know,
'Cause,
weddings
like,
are-
I got to go to one wedding of someone in my generation, and then they all got canceled.
I'm just such a big fan of weddings. They're so much fun.
Yeah, I was
You
watching the
just get to
Middle Ditch and
dance
Swartz
and-
episode
just
yesterday
so
where
good.
they, yeah.
The wedding.
Yeah.
I love that board pull down that they do. Hello, dog. Oh, you want these cheeses? Fuck you.
Also, someone's coming in. I thought it was Christy.
Where's my board?
We can call the podcast Dog Sounds. Meow. Ah, shit.
No, that's not a deal.
All right, how do we get back into this? I know. So anyway, Stick was blowing me the other day, and I was talking about A Knight's Tale, as I would, and she hadn't seen it, so
Oh,
I
dude,
said,
A Knight's Tale. Holy shit, good movie.
"Oh yeah, it's an excellent movie."
I watched it again recently, and I'm like, this isn't gonna hold up. Oh my god,
Yeah, it's so good.
that's great.
Yeah, no, a woman's mouth is not for the sucking of dick; it is for the saying of opinions about A Knight's Tale. That's the only thing I want.
I'm one of those on purpose simps. It's like,
Women love it when like they try and flirt with you, and you're like, "I want to talk about Heath Ledger."
it's be like, let me joke on that dick. Be like, no, wait.
Now, see, I don't want your throat to be sore for when I ask you a lot of questions about, like, I don't even know what movie.
What opinion do you have about? Oh God, I'm blanking on the name of the dude from the Joker, the movie Joker.
Oh, Joaquin Phoenix.
because he's.
No,
a
I'm not that
chameleon.
kind of guy.
No. Oh, okay, thank God.
That's it. No, I'm not like incel. Like,
Oh, dude, I want to just become that terrible person that loses his mind, gets mad over just nothing, and just screams about the Joker on Facebook 24/7. Just like every day I wake up and make a paragraphs of boasting about the Joker. Be like, this is why the Joker was exactly right, and nothing was wrong with what he did. Come see me do comedy.
I mean, he was right. He did some stuff wrong, but he was right.
You mean all those murders?
I mean, the
She fell asleep with her head on the table.
yeah, like the dog right now is in a U shape because she's half on the couch and half on the table.
I
Joker did nothing wrong. Yeah, fuck it.
I want to. I really have been toying around with the idea of just letting go and becoming a total scumbag for various reasons. Like, just
I want to just be a conspiracy theorist.
yeah, like a conspiracy theorist. That's a fun one. Like, I think I just like, you know how like you're a conspiracy theory. Don't throw Cheez-Its in my dog's butthole.
It wasn't the point, but it did happen that way.
You did Ninja Star her asshole, so maybe keep that up.
Get away from me.
Maybe throw less Cheez-Its.
Well, no, because then she will take my cheese.
I do. A conspiracy theorist would be a fun one to just give up and be like, yeah, sure, the Earth is flat, man. Whatever. What
Stop
evidence?
caring about whether your beliefs are true. Just,
Yeah, exactly. Like, do you have any supporting evidence? No, dude, I believe the Earth is flat. I'm not trying to support global warming. I don't have any science to back it up.
and if anybody says, like, you can tell the Earth is round because, you go, you trust that?
Yeah, you
And then
believe
you're smarter.
big science, you dumbass.
Although, fuck Neil deGrasse Tyson.
I mean, he's pretty bad on the Joe Rogan podcast, but I still like him as like a force for good in the scientific community.
I guess I just wish that like someone would tweet like, my son sets and rises with you, and he goes, actually no, that wouldn't be like astronomically possible for that to happen.
I think that's funny. He's dunking on stupid Facebook moms, but who are being married, who are absolutely not asking to get dunked on.
Bill Nye
Oh
remains
my
the man.
God. Dude, when he did like a global warming thing on Fox.
He was
And
burning
he
shit.
wasn't. No, not that one. He did one where he was like, somebody got propped up to debate him about global warming, and he was just like tiredly listing facts, just like, no, because of this, and like, no, he wasn't. The other guy was getting heated and like had super infographics, and Bill Nye was just speaking to the camera, sad that this man had a degree in meteorology. It's like so funny to see.
I'm just so glad that like the best part of your science class in high school
Was that?
he remains awesome.
Yeah.
His TikTok is good. If you guys are on TikTok,
We've lost. If you're allowed to be on TikTok in a few days.
is it coming soon?
I don't know what's happening with the band. I deleted it.
I heard it was gonna happen and then like nothing.
Well, it was going to
did.
happen in 40 days, like 30 days ago. So
Oh.
I don't know what the hell's going on with it. And I don't know how they'd actively ban it either. So
They can just shut off like.
you can't download it, but
No, you can't download it, and if it was an app that was just totally local on your phone, they couldn't do anything. But you're relying on content from far away,
Yeah.
so they can shut down like, they can say like phones in North America can't access the servers.
Oh, that's
But then if you go into your phone, the dog is once again protecting us. But then if you go into your phone and change your region from America to anywhere else,
Yeah.
you can get back on TikTok.
you just have to,
It'll tell you the wrong time, but
or if you have a VPN or 1,000 other things.
yeah, we should get a VPN sponsorship.
Just for ooh,
Maybe we should look at
VPN. We're not shady at all. VPN. It's not for porn.
You should look at it NordVPN because they sponsor Internet Comment Etiquette. That guy, and he's got a reverent weird humor. So
VPN. We swear to God, we don't access the dark web all the time.
I only use my VPN to keep cookies from being able to tell when I'm shopping for plane tickets. I have never hired an assassin. It's ridiculous that you were about to suggest that.
VPN. We don't even connect to the dark web. We absolutely connect to the dark web.
I like how there's those guys that call themselves the intellectual dark web.
What?
It's like Jordan Peterson, Sam Harris, and those dipshits.
No, God, no.
Those are fun guys.
Oh my God, I kind of like Jordan Peterson's been going like insane, but I mean he had a
Well, his daughter is like trafficking him or something. He's like she's got him on an all meat diet, which has hospitalized him already. Yeah, the dude's not. Whatever's going on with him. Whatever. I hope he gets better. He's not that bad. He's kind of.
Yeah, no, he's got like there were a few points where it's like okay, I expressed some interest towards this point, and then there are some things that he's just like off the wall, and I'm like, if you don't clean your room, you're a bad person, and I'm like, well, maybe other people have other things that keep them sane, and he's like,
The combination of like he used to cry a lot too.
well, yeah, he did.
Like young men, they come to me and they say that they don't
Oh,
feel
dude.
represented in the Frozen
A
films.
crying Canadian is just an amazing thing.
Okay, yeah, weepy Kermit.
God, I love Weepy Kermit. Just be like, back the way you came.
This podcast is recycled Chapo too much.
I don't know that.
No, I know, but that's because I remember something and I'll talk about it and I'll be like,
Oh yeah.
wait, I'm just talking about a niche Chapo thing. Felix, come hang out with me.
Nice. Well, I think we're good on time.
Wait, we got an hour?
Yeah, we got an hour 8. That's not bad. And I'm kind of running out of steam anyways. I'm very sweaty for the air conditioning being very high.
You're just becoming me.
You're just yelling and sweaty all the time. What's happened to you?
Oh, wait, is this what I look like? Oh, but
Did you bite me at some point and now I'm turning?
yes. And this podcast is actually just like a chronicle of how you become more like I am.
Just you talking to yourself in the mirror?
Well, tune in next time when I don't know. I don't know. What's a funny thing that
The
I
new
do?
name of the podcast is Can't Look Each Other in the Eyes.
I hate mirrors. I have to look myself in the eye. Oh, no. Tune in next time when Connor, in addition to really caring about A Knight's Tale and Tremors, really cares about Dune.
We're gonna put him into that chair from Clockwork Orange and make him watch Dune.
Well, actually, when you finish American Gods, you will become even more similar to me. So
I gotta watch the movie too. Anyways,
It's
this
a show.
thing's over.
Good night, folks.
Yeah, nice talking to y'all. Sorry we offended anybody. I guarantee we did. We don't mean to.
we did better this time.
Yeah, I know, but still, we're gonna.
Oh, fuck you,
later,
Boston.
late-
I hope
oh
we
yeah,
offended
fuck you,
you,
Boston.
Boston.
Oh, absolutely. If Boston left this planet for good and every single resident died, that'd be fine by me.
You know, at the end of that one Avengers movie where the city lifts off, but it's in Eastern Europe? Boston, do that.
Oh, so good.
I don't care if you prosper in space, leave.
And nobody snaps you back like Thanos or whatever. I don't care.
Yeah.
Just stay dead forever. Fuck Boston and but good night.
Inshallah.
What?